To add fractions and mixed numbers, the first thing we have to do is have a common denominator. We can't add fractions without a common denominator. So if I look at the first problem here, negative 3/8 and a positive 1/2, I look for what is a number that both 8 and 2 can go into. Sometimes the larger of the two numbers can be your common denominator. 8 is a multiple of both 2 and 8, so that's going to be our common denominator. I'm going to bring our operations up to the numerator since that's where we use them. Since I didn't change the denominator in this first fraction, I don't change the numerator. In the second fraction, we took the denominator times 4 to get to 8. So we have to do the same thing to our numerator. We have to take 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So in blue here, this is the math problem we have to solve. When we're adding fractions, we add the numerators. Negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. But our denominator stays the same, which would be 8 in this problem. So negative 3/8 plus 1/2 is positive 1/8. That cannot be simplified. We do the same sort of thing with mixed numbers. In this problem, we're adding a negative number. Now, since adding a negative is the same as subtraction, I'm going to write this problem as 6 7/10 minus 1 1/5. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. In this problem, since it's subtracting, what I would do is I would turn these into improper fractions. 10 times 6 is 60, plus 7 is 67, and then we leave our denominator 10, minus 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6/5. Now remember, we can't add or subtract if we don't have a common denominator. So I'm going to look for a number that both 10 and 5 can go into. And again, this time, the biggest number is a multiple of the smaller number. So 10 is a number that both 5 and 10 can go into. If you don't change the denominator, you don't change the numerator. And in this one, I multiplied the denominator times 2. So I take the numerator times 2, and I get 12. So 67/10 minus 12/10, my denominator stays 10. 67 minus 12 is 55. So my answer is 55/10. Now I can simplify 55/10 by writing it as a mixed number. 10 goes into 55 5 times. That gets us to 50. So there would be 5 left over out of 10. And now I have to simplify 5/10, which is 1/2. So the answer to this problem would be 5 1/2.